Once again, we will be with you by introducing one of the provinces of Iran. In this program, we want to introduce South Khorasan province. Please stay with us. South Khorasan province, with a total area of 151,193 square kilometers as the third largest province of the country, is located in the eastern part of Iran bordering Afghanistan. It is one of the dry areas of the country with hot summer and cold winters, but a small part of it enjoys mild temperature. Lut Desert, as one of the warmest deserts of the world, covers a large area of the province, influencing the temperature of the province. Some of the popular attractions of South Khorasan are Akbariye Historical Building and Garden. Akbariye House and Garden is one of the historical buildings in Birjand and another great example of Persian gardens. The garden was spread to current structure in Zand era. At that time, Birjand city became very more populated and many public houses were built surrounding the Baharistan governmental area. This garden and its monuments were built near Baghiran Qanat by the order of Ali Akbar Khan, so it was called Akbariye Garden. The magnificent Fort Castle, or the Mirza Rafi Khan Castle, is one of the most important historical fortresses in the country and one of the most significant monuments of Iran. The Castle of Fork, or Argefork, is a castle from the 18th century located in Fork village in Darmian County, South Khorasan, Iran. It has to a great extent survived deliberate and natural destructive events and sustained itself despite passage of time. Birjand Castle. Birjand Castle is the largest and oldest historical monument in Birjand. It is located on the top of the highest western point of hills of Birjand city. It covers an area of 3,000 square meters and was built in Safavid era. In fact, it is the major core of Birjand city. The castle was made of brick and mud and has two main entrances. On four sides of the castle there are 6-cylinder towers, which all of them have 2 floors. Kolah Farangi Castle. Kolah Farangi Castle is one of the historical monuments of Birjand. It was built during the late Zand and early Qajar eras between 1848 and 1895. Its structure has a hexagonal base and a white narrow top. It is white in color and construction materials consists of brick and limestone. The wall decorations are honeycomb plasterwork, motifs, and niches. Baghestan and Ferdos. The most important attraction of this area is the natural attraction of Baghestan village, including alleys with tall trees, building facades, and numerous gardens of different fruits like pomegranates, nuts, grapes, and peaches are among the most important features of the village. Ferdos County is a county in the north of South Khorasan province in Iran. Khalejani Canyon is one of the most beautiful natural wonders. This canyon is located in South Khorasan province and has shaped by water movement and erosion throughout centuries. The water of Khalejani is being transferred by a canal to a village called Tashkuni that historians believe is the village that Cyrus the Great spent first 16 years of his life there. Khalejani means the Canal of Ghosts and is known as a mysterious place among the locals of the area. Because of its mysterious-looking columns, arcs, and walls, people believe it was the house of ghosts and unknown creatures. Customs have been part of Iranian culture and civilization since past times. In fact, the traditional clothing represents the type of thinking and culture of each ethnic group. Qadife and quiche are kinds of semi-chador clothing and of the main headwear of South Khorasan women. The main clothing is a dress with 3 buttons in front. They also wear a short coat and a vest over their dress and tie a fabric shawl around their waist. The South Khorasan dance represents brightness. This traditional dance is a Pacific symbol of Khorasan. It is very popular in South Khorasan. The best groups of dancers are from the region of Salm Abad. so it is sometimes called Salm Abadi dancing. Very rhythmic and harmonic moves are made with bravery and graciousness. It's complete with the beautiful sound of sorna and dohol and other musical instruments played by music folks. Handicrafts are among the cultural heritage of each area and are affected by cultural, geographical, and historical environment of the area. Pottery, which is mostly without glaze or primary glaze in South Khorasan. Shahzile and Kusha villages are leading places of the production of potteries. Pottery wheel, which is rotated by foot, is primary in these villages. This industry is common in Birjan, Khosf, and even Ferdos cities. Sermeduzi is one of the oldest embroideries of Iran. There is no available text regarding the history of this sewing handcraft. However, after examining the decorations of the colors, army, and royal clothing, and flags of Iranians during history, we can be certain that they paid much attention to decorations and producing the necessary yarns. There is no doubt that Serme is very close to filigree because they are very similar in type and history. The Serme craft flourished during the Parthian Empire. During the time, decorative sewing was a part of export good of Iran. One of the handicrafts that made Alexandra astonished was gold brocade fabrics and decorative embroideries of Iran, one of which was Serme. Birjand in South Khorasan is one of the top producers of zafaran, which is known as red gold for its commercial value in Iran. What few people truly know is the difficulty of its harvest. Zafaran cultivation and trade has indeed 4 millennia years of history. The region of Ghain in South Khorasan has a long history which can be discovered by visiting its qanats, an antique irrigation system, and its ancient sites. All this is an exceptional scenery spreading vast deserts and chains of high mountains. It's in these beautiful and conserved natural landscapes that each fall during only 6 weeks the fields are covered with a blanket of small and delicate purple flowers, the zafaran kirkos. Between its petals can be found the world's most expensive spice, zafaran. The harvest starts early in the morning as the sun timidly rises over the horizon. Almost 180 flowers are needed to produce 1 single gram of zafaran. Separating the red stigmas from the flower kirkuses must be done by hands, the work that the Iranian families of South Khorasan province have learned and repeated over generations. Damask rose is more commonly known as Gole Mohammadi or Mohammadi flower in Iran, which is a lasting herb from the rosa type. It has beautiful flowers in a variety of colors, most red and pink, and are derived from the rose. Most rosa spices are native to Asia, and some are native to Europe, North America, and Northwest Africa. Mohammadi rose flower has been used in Iran since ancient times, and the most important part of this flower is its petals. Food is part of the culture and attitude of the people of many societies. Many dishes in southern Khorasan are prepared with the healing aspect. Balgur wheat pilaf with tomatoes. Chop an onion finely and roast it in a big pot using cooking oil. Keep roasting while you are adding tomatoes and chopped Italian peppers. Add the butter and the salt. Wash the balgur wheat and add it in the pan. Cook for 2 minutes and then add 3 glasses of boiling water. Cook until the balgur soaks in all the water. Then turn off the heat and leave the pilaf for brewing for approximately 30 minutes. Halim Khorasan lentil. Halim Khorasan lentil is a local and traditional food of Khorasan, which is a very useful and nutritious food due to its lentils and meat. To make this food, first finely chop the onions and garlic. Add some salt, turmeric, chopped parsley, and after frying a little, add some water to cook the ingredients and bring the water to a boil. Finally, add the cooked lentils and stir. Decorate the prepared halim with some saffron, parsley, curd, and hot onion. What is concerning in South Khorasan is the negative effects of the lives of the people while the regime does not care that the people are suffering. Due to the mismanagement of the Iranian regime, water shortage and droughts pose serious threats to the livelihood of farming communities and the economy of many parts of the country, especially in South Khorasan province, which has been dealing with this phenomenon for the past 17 years. While the need for water for health purposes has doubled with the continuing situation of the coronavirus outbreak in Iran, more than 400 villages rely on mobile water tanks for drinking water, which reportedly visits each village only once a week. A resident of this village said, "If they're late, only God knows what will happen to us." Although the 100-year history of Iran's struggle against the tyranny and corruption of dictators, the people of Iran have always risen up. During the 2019 Great Uprising in Iran after petrol price rise up, Birjand in South Khorasan was one of the cities that revolted against the tyranny of the clerical government. Thank you for being with us. We hope you enjoyed watching this program, and we will continue to be with you by introducing other provinces.